This is the kind of thing that is fun to talk about, right?
Yes.
Like as you see us nerding out about it. This is in some ways like the original like Survivor.
Welcome to Proofread, a podcast to help you read more of what you love and less of what you don't.
Hello and welcome to Proofread. My name's Kacy. I'm here with my reading bud, Tyler.
Yep, that's me.
We like to read everything and then tell you what to skip and what to spend your time on because there's so much to read and so little time.
That's the ring around Kacy's license plate, you know? So many books, so little time.
I wish.
People honk at her. Stop reading. Start driving, Kacy.
Get in your lane. Put the book
Stay in
down.
your lane. Put the book
That's
down.
right. That's exactly right. But I do it for our beloved listeners. I do it all for the pod. And today we're looking at the book called The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny and Murder by David Grann. Now, this came out in 2023. He also wrote Killers of the Flower Moon, which is about the Osage murders and the FBI.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
I didn't.
Did you see the movie?
Did not.
Okay, I didn't see the movie. It's a Leo DiCaprio movie.
Yeah.
Robert
Scorsese,
De Niro,
too.
Scorsese. Yeah. I got to see it. I would like to watch it. I have read the book, and it's great.
Did you hear they're going to make a movie of The Wager?
I didn't hear that, but I
Starring
figured they would.
Leo and
Oh,
Scorsese's
really?
doing it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're just doing the same thing again. This is true. You think, how interesting could this be? Like, this is something my dad would read or whatever.
Yes.
Because it's 1740s British naval expedition. They're going out to capture a Spanish boat full of gold. You know.
The whole thing just seems so silly. It's like, we're going to send this boat out onto the seas, which is like immense, and they're going to
Yeah.
capture this boat and get this gold and
Yeah.
come back with it.
And they're
you're
going
like,
down around the Cape.
just-
What is it? Cape Horn, which
I
is
don't-
like super dangerous. And there's a fleet. The Wager is one of the boats. There's like 3 or 4 of them. It makes you realize how stupid colonialism and seafaring exploration
I was just
This gave
thinking
me the
of, like,
hottest take.
The things you will do with ignorance. We're going to pile hundreds of people into this boat.
And by the way, they're all senior citizens with scurvy and disease. Some of them can't walk. They're all so
Three-quarters of them
sick.
don't want to be there.
They make them do it. This is what they call, when the British
Impressed.
impressed people, they go and like round you up and make you go.
The whole thing. Okay, we got a reader skip.
Let's say 1, 2, 3. Read. We're
words.
going to just tell you what happened and you're going to die because it's so wacky. So
Crazy.
first of all, it's all these invalids. It's all these people with not very much experience. It's a stupid idea. It's a secret mission to steal this galleon.
Wait, I've got to start with, my friend told me to read this. His name is Lincoln, and he said, you got to read that just for the opening sentence. And this is the opening sentence. The only impartial witness was the sun.
This guy is a great writer. David Grann.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so compelling.
But the
so
idea-
you thought so too, right?
Yes, like the way he gets you interested in this is saying what actually happened.
Yeah.
No one will know because what you have are competing accounts
Yeah.
of what happened.
Also, someone gets murdered.
Yes, there's a murder, but the amount of people who get left, like once they're on this island for years and then they depart, and then the amount of people who get left even in that journey. I just read this book and was thinking, humans survive.
It's
a lot
crazy
of them
that they
don't.
survive.
Most of them don't, but
Because some of them get
do.
left and then they go somewhere else and then they're like in jail there for a few
Yes.
years and then they finally
Yes,
end up
it's
getting back.
crazy.
It's insane.
And it's like, oh, so we had to ditch these guys because we couldn't get back in. The rocks were too much. We couldn't go back in to save half of our team.
They're court-martialed when they get back to see if was the captain bad? Was it
Okay.
negligence?
And what's crazy about all of that is that the way the author is telling this, he's suggesting that they, even while they are marooned on an island off the coast of Patagonia, he's suggesting that their journal records are evidence that they are thinking about future accountability the whole time.
Yeah. This is the thing. If you've read any of the Shackleton books, which people love,
Yeah.
he's an explorer much later and he survived and they lived there for a really long time. It was
Yeah.
cold. Their accounts were really interesting because they were doing them they knew they could sell them later.
Yeah.
And then this seems to have to do with, giving a rationalization for what they're doing. But there's really only one contemporaneous one, and it is, Lord Byron's great-grandpa. Grandpa or great-grandpa is a 16-year-old or whatever kid.
I think it's just his grandpa.
Grandpa. So David Grann sorts through all these accounts, all these ship logs, which must be pretty boring, but Byron's grandpa's was somewhat interesting. And so those end up having the most weight.
Yeah. I just keep thinking, like, all bets are off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had a lot of faith in getting saved. Like, I think of the world as so like sparse at this time. Like there's not a lot of ship traffic, you know, the world's already big. But they're like really thinking about, okay, when we get off this island and we get back to England, we need to demonstrate that we behaved in an appropriate manner. Okay, Kacy, we both like this book. It's super exciting when we both like it because we just want to go, this is what we loved about it. Give me your sense of why is this a read for you?
Okay, this is a read for me because it's wonderfully written and exciting, and the story is very surprising, much more surprising than you would ever guess.
Because it's kind of a trope, right?
You think, they're going to explore and then they get shipwrecked.
Somehow it's miraculous.
Yeah. Will there be cannibalism or not? You know, you're always kind of wondering.
Will there, won't there?
Will they, won't they? And this is just, you could never guess what's going to happen in this book. It's incredibly surprising.
Yeah.
And all along the way, it's not like it's super messagey or anything like that, but this author, David Grann, he's giving you some interesting contemporary modern world context about, for example, colonialism. You just sort of see how weird it is and how I feel dumb it is. And it's also a really, really interesting to me that the people in the wager, they're shipwrecked on this little island and they meet some indigenous people. They have ways of surviving that the wager people would never have thought of. Ways of living, ways of swimming, ways of
making their huts,
eating, and how they build their huts. And they're like tangible, specific examples of this.
How they procure fish.
How they get fish. And the wager people, the wager folks, the British sailors just completely ignore it. They could have been saved. And instead they say they seduce the women. These people run away. Yeah. And I'm just like, this is such an interesting example, just time and time again. Why do you think people should read it?
Okay, so for me, this is the kind of thing that is fun to talk about, right?
Yes.
Like as you see us nerding out about it. This is a book that you're like, can you believe this happened? And you want to like talk through. Like this is in some ways like the original like Survivor. Like you know, like
yes, it is. It's like that.
You watch the show Survivor, and it's like, what would you do in this situation? How would you respond?
Yeah, and which side would you be on? Kind of like Lord of the Flies. You're like, is there someone still keeping order and someone going crazy? But there's also more factions than just that because the captain is not necessarily the best guy.
Well, and that's part of the fun of it is like. It is one of those questions, what parts of civilization hold up in extreme conditions, which is part of the premise of Survivor. I mean, Survivor has become more of like a social experiment game, but there's this sense of like, under extreme conditions, what parts of humanity hold up? Yeah. And what shocked me was the extent to which, as we, people have thought about their accountability for the decisions they'd made and tried to reason within their own kind of moral ethical system through decisions, even though the world in which those ethical and like orders and martial order like was created was not created for this environment.
Yeah, they're much more interested in rationalizing their behavior than keeping the rules, because they do kill people. People are murdered, but that said, they are trying to write down and sign an accord about like who they were obeying and who didn't have the right to lead at that point. And it's like, you guys just, shot someone. This captain still is concerned that he might not ever get to be a captain of a boat again.
To get in the mind of the colonial impulse here is like kind of a wild thing to think through. I also was really interested in the scale. And what I mean by that is you don't realize how big these ships are.
Yeah. How many people?
How many people? How many supplies?
The supplies,
so they
the
forage
weight.
The like shipwreck for months and they keep getting more supplies. And I'm kind
casks of meat.
Yes, exactly. So you know that moment in like Castaway with Tom Hanks where he like has like the supplies from the plane and it's like he's living off like that's really what happens here too is these are humongous ships and they are full of stuff. And so when they shipwreck on the island, all that stuff washes in or they go get it in their little lifeboats. The whole thing is crazy to think of the scale of what they have there. But also the thing that just kept striking me was like they build this huge boat, they put all these people on it, and then they just sail into the sea and they just assume it's going to work.
And you actually hear a lot about dead reckoning, which is like how you use a compass and just like drag a rope with knots on it to try to figure out where you're going. It's like, this is not a very exact science.
No,
this is nuts that you're out here doing this.
The mystery of it all.
But the nuts thing is that most of them get back. And even their secret mission to get the Spanish ship full of gold. It's surprising how successful they are.
That is exactly what I want to say. It's crazy that they did this thing in the first place. It's crazy that after the crash, you're thinking like all these people are going to die.
They're going to have starvation. We already know that their bones are black from scurvy.
Yes,
that's an interesting detail. I did not
Yes.
know. This is also another reason to read because this research that he's done is so exhaustive and detailed, but then he tells it in such an interesting
But then
way.
they like in these little lifeboats set out into the open ocean and they like make it? Like why? Like
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I guess dead reckoning is fairly effective. These guys seem like such dopes and they're so awful, and yet they're, I guess, fairly competent.
they
don't
make it work.
It's shocking.
I didn't know humans could survive in these conditions. And it's fascinating to see the way they behave, the decisions they make, and in here, the separate decisions they make and the different kind of
The
outcomes.
I'm always kind of being like, well, I'm on this guy's side, or I would do this.
This one seems the most. I would
This one
join his
seems
team.
reasonable. I'd be on this team. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And then you see where they all end up.
It's obviously sad and tragic.
But go out in a giant boat trying to find gold. It's kind of a weird thing to do.
If we're talking about like a shelf to put it on, you know, this is a shelf that it's like, I want to read this book and then I want to talk to people about it. Like I actually read this book and then I went and got together with some friends from high school and I brought it up while we were all hanging out at the beach. I was like, okay.
Had they read it?
No, they hadn't read it, but it was still like a fun thing for me to say, hey, look at this scenario. Isn't that crazy? This book is like a definite fun conversation starter about human survival. Like that's my shelf for sure. What about you?
I'm glad that you thought so too. I was thinking this is just a ripping good yarn, a ripping good tale, whatever you'd say on a boat about a tale. All the time reading it, I'm like, I can't believe I like this as much as I do. How can this be so interesting? But it is.
It is.
And I'm glad you thought so
It pulls through. Content-wise, it does have people on the brink of survival. So there's some murder.
Yeah,
there's some light cannibalism.
There's a little like cannibalism. It is actually very grotesque, the descriptions of the diseases and malnutrition and then the gross out stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing
like inappropriate.
No, not at all. I'm just so tempted to tell how it ends, but I'm not going to. I'm stopping myself. Fun, true, well-written.
If you like nonfiction, well-told histories, narratives of crazy things from the past, this is for you.
Yes, you will like it.
You will like it.
So,
and we'll see what the movie's like.
And yes, I bet it'll be good. So, David Grann, you've been
Proofread.
Proofread.
How do we start?
Hello and welcome to Proofread. I'm Tyler. This is my beautiful co-host. Say that.
Proofread is a production of BYU Radio and is produced by Jeff Simpson with help from Erica Price, Becca Hurley, and Lisa Valentine Clark. Find us on YouTube at Proofread Podcast for video clips and more. And please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for spending your time with us today, and happy reading.